right, I'm going to take a clue from Venom, Let There Be Carnage and get right to the point. This movie was a fucking mess. And I enjoyed every goddamn second of it. Venom 2 is a movie with all the boring shit cut out of it. Absolutely zero chunks of exposition and build-up, taking space from prime Venom action like the first one. I was super bummed out when I found out it was like just under 2 hours, but when that 2 hours is 100% ridiculous shit, not trying to, be something more complex than it really is, it completely makes up for it. The conspiracy aspect of the first one really held back everything I wanted out of a Venom movie. But when you wholeheartedly lean into one vein, and that vein being the relationship between Eddie and Venom, you get to pull so much more from it in so many awesome ways. We get to meet Venom the symbiote as a character. He gets more of a personality than just some invading alien. Christ, he gets his own 10-minute rave sequence, just showing how this character really is its own thing and not just the reason why Eddie's legs aren't broken all the time. The pacing is on cocaine. We go from one scene to the next, from the apartment to the police station to the hospital without a second thought. And that's good, because if you give it a second thought, you're going to realize how fucking stupid it all is. It's all trying to be this, interconnected story about the relationship between good and evil, and that totally misses the mark for me. But who gives a shit? Because that's not why we're here seeing Venom 2. Tom Hardy seriously puts on a one-man show. I mean, his back and forths with Venom are fucking hilarious. The breakup scene in Eddie's apartment had me dying laughing. Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy is gloriously insane, and it's honestly all I wanted out of this movie. And Naomi Harris as Shriek was a pleasant surprise. The love story between her and Cassie I thought was kind of basic bullshit, but she does mention that her powers are mutations or whatever they said, so at least we get some cool world building from her. Speaking of powers, the representation between Shriek and Carnage's powers are fucking wicked. Shriek's scream gave me chills every single time, and the way that the Carnage symbiote uses the entire symbiote to be offensive compared to Venom and whatever the fuck his name was from the first one was super overwhelming. It all really just made me jealous of the alternate reality where this movie's rated R. How the fuck did that not happen? All right, I'm going to talk about the end credit scene, so spoilers and all that, you've probably already seen it online somewhere. The one thing you don't want to miss from Venom 2. I hate that fucking car salesman tactic that every movie, let alone Marvel movie, uses now to make sure that they have, make sure you give every audience member incentive to stay in their seats, as if some fucking asshole is going to get up at the end of a Marvel movie and not expect to see something after the credits. But yeah, Eddie and Venom are somehow brought into the general MCU reality. I don't know. They see J. Jonah Jameson reveal Tom Holland as Peter Parker. We see Holland's bewilderment from an angle that we didn't see in Far From Home, with him without his mask on reacting to the news. Why would you take your mask off? To help the proof? I don't know. So I guess Venom's going to be in No Way Home. Sure does fit a lot more than Lizard as that shadowy figure swiping at Peter in the No Way Home trailer. Personally, I still feel like I really enjoyed the movie, even if they didn't include another incentive to watch No Way Home, as if we needed any more. I guess Sony's really not pulling any punches for one final billion before Steve Ditko's estate saves Spider-Man from Disney. I don't know. It was a dumb, fun movie that made for a goofy-ass theater experience that honestly has way more rewatchability than the first one. Sort of the best way to describe this movie. Make sure to subscribe and check out my podcast on this channel, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, How's It Going to End, where sometimes I talk with actors and people from movies and TV, but most of the time I just talk to myself. And I'll see you guys when Eternals comes out. That's going to be probably the next review. Oh, also, Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con is happening in a week, I think, right? So if you're going to that, I don't know, let's hang out. Let's see, let's do some shit, right? See ya.